Brundage was eventually able to free somebody up and answer that call. We're normally going to be the city of Troy, but right now everybody's understaffed. So this consolidation allows us to kind of work like insurance, where we know something's going to happen, we don't know where it's going to happen. So the wider area that we can cover, the more limited we have to handle a surge in any particular area. So we're very happy with the plans that were coming along there. Any questions?
Do we have updated budget?
For the, or no, well, no. Right now, I talked to David today. I wanted to check and see if myself and David and the sheriff could sit down together and look back over the last numbers that he's given. I had some questions about that, and I think we need to look at it and see where we're at before we have something to submit, or if some of y'all want to come and sit with us, that would be great too. I just had some questions on the budget that I wanted to sit down with the sheriff that I wasn't real. About her. I just think we need to go over on there. Before something that is something I would recommend that y'all look at, so I think it'd be best for us to take a look at it before we can come and stuff.
And after we meet, we did a presentation for the city of Brundage, if that's something that y'all would be interested in.
We'll do that.
We went over the numbers and
We're fixing to start budget hearings, and I would like you to make sure you come to that and we go over all that at that time.
just tell me when we're.
Mr. Chairman, David, I read the presentation that you did. You did a good job, especially with the recommendations that you asked. I think that go well if you incorporate so that some people can understand what was being said with the presentation.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Attorney report? No report. Commissioner Copeland has some.
Yeah, we can get this at the meeting, but South Florida Water Authority's got a board seats become available due to a death, unfortunately. It only touches a really small part of Pike County. There's only 55 meters in Pike County, and it has to be somebody that owns one of those meters.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are agricultural meters, so there's not 55 people to choose from. So they've got recommendations in our packages. And we'll put that on there.
All right, thank you. McKee?
Would you rather let Reverend Haskell speak and then I'll go at the meeting
I'm
and
gonna-
say to 6 o'clock? Or?
Go ahead and go, and then we'll give him this time.
Okay, all right. Alrighty. Okay, the first item I have up under my report is for me the franchise renewal contract. This is something that we have for the Troy Cable Vision. And it's just time, it's actually a little past time to renew that contract. And myself and Alan and their CEO, CFO, Troy Cable are working on getting that. So we don't have anything set in stone yet, but I wanted to go ahead and bring up that we are working on it so that we can roll it down in the current business once we have something to present. The second item, tomorrow, I would remind y'all that we're going to have a visit at the jail site. They should be setting one of the prefab cells today. Just one, maybe two of them, but that way they're inviting us all out to come tomorrow at 1 to take a look at it. They did ask if you still got your hard hats or a safety jacket to bring it with you out to the site. Yeah, I don't have a safety jacket, but
Just the orange
But you don't need it.
yeah, I guess. They'll probably do something that they'll probably just ask if we had one to bring it, because I don't have any extras they might have. So, just wanted to remind you that we're going to have that tomorrow. Third item is the budget. We've gotten numbers in, I think, from most every department. We've got to work on getting something put together for you all. Because of not having the second meeting in August, it looks like the earliest if we do the budget hearings out of commission meeting will be the first meeting in September. I know we're talking about scheduling another special call meeting. We might do something there. I do not foresee, I will tell you this, as far as I know, and in talking to everybody, I have not sat down and put all the budget numbers in any kind of spreadsheets or anything yet. But I did not foresee a big change. I did not get any big requests unless they're sneaking it in the paperwork, didn't call me and talk to me about it. Usually kids let me know that they're going to have something in there. So I don't foresee anything huge to come up or be much changed than what we've had in the past, couple of years. Everybody's been pretty good about kind of doing some level funding and such. So that's up to y'all when you want to see about having a budget hearing.
Let's do the first one at 4 p.m. if possible with everyone. Make sure everyone can do that at that first September meeting. And then the rest of them will follow the commission meeting. If everybody's in agreement with that.
And if y'all got any special requests or want to look at anything before then, please come see me, just call them, we can set up something, to meet. I will tell y'all that I am going to meet with TCU in the morning at about 10:30. We're going to kind of talk about some logistical things. We need to start getting ready to make some decisions on what's going to happen with our courthouse once these offices that are going out to the new site, move out there. We need to make some decisions on who's going where and, the buildings. This is all in connection to the original plan from TCU of kind of downsizing on buildings and not having to rent anymore and that sort of thing. So we're going to have to, we're going to just have a little discussion in the morning and kind of talk about where we need to go and what we need to do from there. And also start talking about the setup of getting people moved over there because there will be courtrooms and such changed. So we need to make sure we coordinate with the courts so that they don't have something scheduled for the courthouse now and going to be over there or vice versa. So just going to have some discussions with them tomorrow on that. Let's see. American Rescue Funds. I know we haven't met in a little bit of time, this meeting. We probably need to try to set up something. I have finally done some work, been able to do some work and get some information together on the revenue reduction portion of that bill, or that, I guess it is a bill, and how that will work. I've come to some numbers. I'm not real comfortable putting them out in public yet because I cannot promise that they're right in any shape, form, or fashion. I've got 2 other experts kind of on the matter taking a look at what we have, what I've come up with, to see if they see any problems with the numbers I've come up with. But I would like to sit down and talk with, I guess, you three, when y'all have a chance. Let's get something together and let's sit down and look at it while we're waiting on that other information.
Once you get that number, I guess get confirmation on the number. Would you need just email us 3 and we can then email change so that kind of sit down?
Yes.
Until we get that number, we don't know.
Right. So, just to let you know, I did come up with something that that's a big amount of money and it's got a set of rules that you have to follow with it, so I want to make sure we're doing the right thing with it. The next item I have, let's see, the CDBG grant for the COVID grant. I would have come in and asked each of 3 the one and only bid we received today, but after talking to Ashton, we realized that it's CDBG and all their rules, and like Russell, we have a problem with that with bid. We're going to have to ask to reject all the bids, which is only one, and re-advertise for that. There's some stipulations on what has to be in the advertisement for the bid and how and where it's advertised. So we've got to redo that and
On the CD.
yes, where we asked for bids on the 2 ambulances. So we just need to reject and re-advertise on that. The next item I have will be the MOU request from the Alabama Department of Public Health. This is something I talked about. They've already started using some of the offices at the other end, and they're going to be working on doing some work in the building and some paving, and not paving, but repaving, restriping and all the parking lot. We all talked about a generator for this building and all that. This is not going to cost the county anything, but because we own the building, they want an actual MOU between us and the state. So we'd ask that you would go ahead and approve that tonight so that we can get that to them. Item number 14 is the grant request from the Sheriff's Department. This is what Troy Johnson came and talked to y'all about at the last meeting. So if we want to move forward with this grant, it's 100% paid. There is some reporting that I think we have to be very meticulous in the reporting, and I've talked to Lauren Williams at the Sheriff's Department and Detroit and told them, we just got to be on the same page to make sure we have reporting and stuff done.
Okay.
correct with that, that they're asking for approval on that. Item 15 is the 200th birthday celebration, and this will be for something that the Johnson Center of the Arts is being held in conjunction with them, and they're asking for about $1,500, I think, to help with it. Copy of the invoice should be in your package, and we need to get that approved so that we can get that taken care of for that. And that's all I have.
Questions for the administrator? Thank you, Gil. Trevor Lasky, come on up, please. Sorry to make you wait.
Oh, no problem. Good evening to the board and commission members. We're certainly all grateful. My name is Anthony Askew. I'm pastor of Christian Life Church in Troy, Alabama, here. And I'm here to represent Pike County Wiregrass Regional Development Economic Roundtable. That's 7 southern states that have 617 counties that are working together. And we're here for the executive order signed by the President 13985, January 20th, 2021, and specifically for the advancing of racial equality and support for underserved communities. One of America's foundational pillars of democracy is equal opportunity. The definition in the order, not to delay it, but just that means consistent and systemic, fair, just, and impartial treatment of all individuals, including individuals who belong to underserved communities that have been denied such treatment. And it goes to a list, such as Black, Latino, Indigenous, Native, and it continues. So we're here as a pastor the past 20 years, and 21 years have lived in Pike County, 18 years, built a home, homeowner. Now, my focus is our community has consolidated our focus and vision to develop and build and provide economic opportunities within the Black community. We want to provide business opportunities within our community also. From the 13985, if money is allocated, when money is allocated for this purpose, too. Twofold purpose. One, to ensure our voice is heard as a consolidated Black community, according to the Executive Order 13985, as how the funds to be allocated and dispersed in our community, and request that it is not to be used for infrastructure, that those funds be exacted for the services such as food services, employment assistance, mental health services, child and youth care, education support, rent and utility assistance, mortgage assistance, economic development, transportation, PPE, public health, clean supplies, and healthcare service. This is what we're looking for, the monies from the federal government to be allocated within the county communities, and we here to take full advantage of this executive order, and to that we were able to come to the table and to have a voice on how that money is dispersed and allocated within our communities. And so this is what we come. Finally, to reiterate emphatically that we come as a community, we have come in to put this before, so that our children may have the same opportunities that sometimes are underdeveloped in our communities, sometimes that is underserved, and we're coming that now that there's money to be allocated from the federal government for our community, that we'd like to be a part and have a voice at the table. And that's why we come today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Pike County Commission work session will now come to a close. We'll take a 5-minute break and reconvene for the regular meeting about 6:07.